concentrate on HTML tables. Let's get started. So the HTML tables, we can create any type of table that we can actually do in Microsoft Word, also in HTML. So first we need to use what we call the table tags, and let's say the table tags as its name. So table, very simple, just like the name table. So, and inside a table, normally we need to have a table row. So the table row will have the names on top of the table. So we use a tag called the tr, which is simply table rows. So let me start with that. So the tag will be tr, that is the table rows, and inside the table row at the top we need to have the table header inside. So we have a row and then we have headers in there. So that one we use the table header, which is th. Good. So let's say we have 3 of these table headers, and the first one, let's say we have number here, and we have name here, and then we have age here. Okay, so let's see on our screen what we got. Great. So we have the table row, and then we have the table header, which is the first header is number, the second is name, and the third is age, as we can see here. Great. So we can also have inside a table row, we can have the table data, means data's under each of this. Good. So let me simply copy this and then paste it here. So inside the table row here, we need to change the heading to td, which is table data. So first table data, and then we have second, and then we have third. Okay, let me change the content in here. So let's say we're starting from number 10, and then someone Paul, and then the age will be 20. Good. So when we save this and we reload, we should see number 10 Paul and the age is 20. So this is how we place data inside the table row with the headers. Okay, so when I repeat this severally, it's gonna create more data inside the table. So I can say this is 20, and this one is 40. Okay, so when I reload, we have this here, and then we have that here. So that is a very simple way of creating a table. All right, what about if we want to add some borders to what we have here? Because now we don't have any borders, so it looks really blank with no divisions in it. But normally it's always good to have some borders in your table. So to add a border to it is very simple. Inside our table tag, we only add border here, and then the border, we can add a number, and each number represents the thickness of the table. So the number of lines of the table. So let's reload this. Now we have number, name, age, and they are all inside what? A border. Okay, so let's see what is 3 going to do. So you see how thick that becomes. So as much as you increase, then it becomes more thicker. So yeah, so let's stick to the border one. Yeah. All right, so now we know how to put the borders around it, and then what we want to do is to learn how to have some patterns around it. You see there's no space in between this one and the borders, like the name, there's no space around it, there's no space, it's just cramped in there. What we can do is to simply add a cell padding here. Cell padding means inside the spaces in the border there should be some space there, so we call that the cell padding, and that is equal to any number you want to set. Let's use 10. And now we have spaces all around the number, name, and then age, and other content we have there. So what do we want to do now? We can also separate the name, the age, the number in their own mini boxes and have a very round, bigger, square around the whole thing. And how do we do that? We can simply do that by adding a cell spacing. So instead of a cell padding, we can do a cell spacing, and let's save this and see what happens. So you see it spaces out from the edge, and then it gives tiny boxes for each of the element in there. That also looks good. Depending on the project you're working on, you decide which one works fine for you. But what if we want to actually open these boxes really wider? So let's say we take it back to the pattern and see how it looks like with the pattern. But we want to actually give it a bigger gap. We can also do that by actually adding a width to our table tag, and then a height to our table tag as well. So instead of using a cell pattern, we can add width to this, and then we assign that to any pixels you want, and we can have the height, and the height can be any height you want. So when I save it, let's reload this. So it's giving us a width of 400 for each of the table rows, and here it's also giving us 400, and here it's giving us 100, 400 width and then height. Okay, so that is also a really simple way of actually controlling and manipulating your data table. So what I want us to do now is to look at adding more tables to what we already have. But like I said, you can design the table in a way that we also do in Excel. So let's say for this table, let me say we're taking this one out, and we want to say name, age all together. So for that one, we can have another table row. Let's say we have this table row here, and this table row, we want to just display the number. Let's say the number we had there, the name we had there, and the age we had there in a span. So what we can do is to use a table header here. So let me do a th, which is a table header, and then a th for a table header here. Okay, then I'm gonna add rowspan to this. So let's say a rowspan of 4, and then let's see what we have on the screen. So you see what we got. I added a rowspan to the first one. So let's say we're gonna have the number, name, age. All of them are gonna be in the same row span. So you see, we can manipulate this in any way we want, but we can also do a column span instead of a row span. We can also do a column span by simply changing this to a col span, col, then we save it. It changes to the top. Correct. So I mean, we can manipulate it any way we want to do that. So let's see if we want to add grouping to our table and probably add some colors to it. So we can have a column being grouped into one color, and then another column also grouped into another color. So let's say we have this already. We have these ones already, right? Good. We can simply add a column grouping at the top, still inside our table tag. So instead of the table row, we just go col group, which is column group. Okay, then the ending tag here will be column group. Yeah, but what we have to know is that we will not use the table head here, but instead we'll use a column tag, which is col column tag. So with the column tag, we will have a star in here so our color can actually display. So the star, we're gonna use a background, and then we're gonna set any color for this. Whether this, we can select any color from color picker. So let's say we select this. Yeah, let's say we select this blue here. So I copy this color. Good. And then I go and then paste it here. Okay. Then let's find another color. Because we have a 1, 2, 3 table data. So we need to at least group it. Let's group it into 3 colors. Yes, let me select this one and then I copy this. So if you want to learn more about CSS, just check my mastering CSS video, and it's very short. It's just 1 hour and then you master CSS. Okay, so let me, yes. Oh, I think I need to change this color. Let me do this real quick here and then select this. All right, great. Let me save this and let's try this to see. Okay, great. So we've grouped our tables based on the color we chose for it. So as we can see, the number section, which is here, is taking the first color, and the second side, which is the Paul and Amigo, is taking this section of the color. Then we have the age taking the last section of the color. So we've grouped our data into groups and extinguishing it with colors that we see on the screen. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.